Hello, my name is David Haggard. I'm an independent IT consultant. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how a person can protect their online identity and mask their IP address. As in, we're changing the location where they're coming from. Now, before we get started with this, if you go to my website, if you haven't gone to it yet, go ahead and do that. Have a look and see if there's anything interesting here. If you've come from here and you do enjoy the video and you find it valuable, I'd appreciate it if you liked it and shared it through your social network. Never know if someone there is going to find it interesting. If you want to find future updates, please subscribe to the newsletter. I don't spam out. I don't like spam myself, but you'll get periodic updates with new posts and anything else that's going on. Now, the technology we'll be talking about today is Tor. Now, here's a website for this project. I do recommend you look at it yourself to see kind of how it works and how companies or just average people use it. There's many legal reasons to use something like this, and of course there's illegal things. So we're going to talk about the illegal side. Mainly how a hacker will use this to protect their location and their identity while they're trying to scan either your website or compromise your network. So Tor itself is very complex, but this image here is perfect for this video. So what I'll be doing today is I'll quickly go over this image here just so you can get an idea of how Tor works and how my machine in this demonstration is in relation to this workflow here. So we have on the right side is the public internet. So you've been using this probably since forever. You go to Google, you go to Facebook, from your client machine, either your phone or your desktop computer at work or home. When you go and request a website, you're on the public internet. Okay, typically it's not encrypted. Today it's getting better, but the point is it's from your machine to the destination server. Okay, so it's just a one-to-one connection there, and that's an oversimplified explanation of the public internet. Now on the left side of this image, we have the Tor network. The Tor network is it's kind of like the public internet, but it's isolated. It's a private network with many servers and many people. When I say many people, I'm talking potentially hundreds of thousands, if not millions, hundreds of millions of people potentially using this at some stage. So it's a very active network, and as you can imagine, there's a lot of people using this for various reasons. Now there's three main points of the Tor network. You're going to have your entry node, you're going to have your exit node, and both of these nodes here, they're bridges between the Tor network and the public internet. Okay? So these will forward requests. If you go to google.com, for example, and you're using the Tor network, your machine here, the client, will forward the request off to the entry node, and then that will forward it off through the Tor network, fully encrypted. It will get to the exit node, and the exit node will forward your request off to the destination website, and it will pass it back through the Tor network back to the client. Okay, so that's the oversimplified explanation of how this works. So what actually ends up happening is the destination web server here, say Google for example, when your machine requests Google, it will come through here. The exit node is what the web server will see. Okay, this machine will send a request to the web server sees the connection from this machine, and this is the IP address it sees. And this IP address it can be assigned to different countries. For example, it could be the United States, Canada. There's exit nodes all over the world in, for example, China and Russia. Those are available options as well. So as this machine forwards your requests off, this machine does not know anything else of what's going on behind it. Okay? So this web server thinks this exit node is its client. Okay? In this example demonstration, the Tor client will be connecting into Tor, and I'll be forcing communication through Firefox to go through Tor for me. The Tor network will take care of all the routing and internet communication. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to a website. This website will sit here in the public internet, and we'll see what IP address or what exit node the website sees and what country that IP address is associated with. So we'll do that now. We'll just clear the screen here. We're going to stop the Tor service. We're just going to reset things here. This does it automatically every 10 minutes or so. It kind of does it on its own, but we're just going to force it for the demonstration of the video. So we have a fresh connection into Tor, and we're going to launch Firefox, and we're going to go to this website. Now this video is recorded from the west coast of the United States, so my IP address is associated with the city that I'm currently in. But as you'll see here, the public internet thinks this is my IP address, and that IP address is coming from Sweden. Perfect. This tells us that my communication from my Tor client, I'll just picture here. So these happenings here, right, is from my Tor client. By using proxy chains, this is not that important, but it's just part of the flow here. Proxy chains, and we have Firefox. So Firefox is here. What this is basically saying is all communication through Firefox is going to be routed through the proxy chains, which is going to forward it off to Tor for me. Okay. So this website here, dnsleaktest.com, sits here in the public internet. This machine, this web server, got a connection request from the exit node here, which is this IP address, and this is the location of that server, that exit node. Okay, so we'll close this window down. What I'll do is I'll disconnect from the Tor network. And this is just a quick reset, so I increase my chance of getting a different exit node, which means getting a different IP address and potentially a different country. I'll launch Firefox again. So now we have a different IP address, and it's associated with Switzerland. So I'm connecting in to Tor from the United States, and the internet thinks I'm coming in from Switzerland now. A few minutes prior, it was Sweden. So I was able to change 2 different locations in a matter of a few seconds. And that's just with Firefox. I can actually start, as another simple example, What this does is instead of launching Firefox, I'm using a command line utility called wget. Now, wget is a way to get web resources. I can download files with this. I can go and access websites with this. But because I'm using proxy chains beforehand, what's going to happen is all communication requests to the internet that wget is trying to do is going to go through the Tor network first. And that's what this is saying right here. So this is proxy chains. It's sending through the Tor network. And this is the public internet destination IP address for that particular request. Okay, and this is just telling me it's all working okay. So this IP address here is going to be the same here. Which is Switzerland. Okay, so that proves in real time how easy it is to change your IP address. Now, as a potential, not even a hacker, but I can pick which location I want to appear to come from. I'm not going to do that in this video, but it is possible to do it. Now that concludes the demonstration purposes of this video. I just want to quickly talk about the business risk here. If you're an IT administrator or a manager of a business, you need to understand that if your website or company network is being scanned or potentially even compromised, what's going to happen is you need to gather evidence. You'll eventually probably get the police or FBI involved, but you need the evidence of an IP address. Now, the IP address is typically used to backtrace and potentially find the criminal that scanned your network or compromised your network. But as we've seen here, that you can change your IP address and you can fool the destination server, say your website or your firewall, to think the actual request came from another location. Okay, so I can make it appear that I'm actually coming from Russia, or I'm coming from China, or Australia, or Canada. It doesn't really matter. The point is that I'm protecting my identity. So when you're gathering evidence or you see evidence of the hacker came from a certain country, it's not that easy anymore with technologies available. You're going to have to do a lot more digging to actually find proof. And I hope this video demonstrated that to you. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for your time. As mentioned before, go to my website, check it out, share the video if you liked it. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. Thank you.